YouTube, what's going down? Fable here, Fable Kievman, professional clown, spiritual life as a clown, sometimes ordinary job working spectator. I wanted to do a little talk here about something that's been on my mind surrounding being a clown in a world that's having a pandemic. How to move forward from here. Some of you may know and some of you may not know that I tried to get a full-time job. You know, I've worked very hard my whole life. You know, I've worked in circus, traditional circus, doing heavy labor. I've worked in stagehand. I've worked for the IATSE Local 16 in San Francisco. Tried to get a job in Seattle as a UPS driver and failed. And I failed. It's okay, you know. I didn't really fail. I gave it my all. I did the best I could, and it wasn't good enough. And that's okay, you know. We're not all meant to be UPS drivers. We're not all meant to be clowns. We're not all meant to be stagehands. We're not all meant to be all these things, you know. Sometimes we're meant to be something, and sometimes we're not. That's okay. That's life. But what it did do for me is it actually helped reinforce what I'm actually meant to be doing with my life, you know, what I'm doing with my life, and that is being a clown, working in circus. And that's what I do, you know. So I started thinking about that, you know. Instead of putting one foot in, you know, and having one foot out, I'm just gonna immerse myself now and put both feet in to the side that I want to be in. Right now, it's horrible for artists in the world. And, you know, work-wise, there's not much, you know. For somebody like me or some of my cohorts who've been working in the industry for 10 plus, 13 plus, 20 plus years, whatever, everybody's struggling. That's all right, because there are always alternative ways to make money. There's always going to be ways that we can get by till we get back to what we do. Times like this, I think it's more important to continue on with art and to continue on being an artist. The way I see it is there's a lack of truth in the world today. As artists, as clowns, as circus people, it's our time to really dig in and find new ways to do what we do, but also to speak truth to all this stuff. And do the regular job. I was working 40 plus, 50 plus hours a week for a short amount of time, and it didn't work out. And so what am I going to do? And what are you going to do? The first and foremost important thing, I think, for me, is to dig in and be diligent. I don't come from money. No, I don't have lots of money saved. In all vulnerability, you know, I lived on my savings. A lot of artists were living on their savings from gigs, because we work contractual work. And for those of you who are new to the field, you know, that is what it's like. Sometimes you work regular jobs, sometimes you work in a short contract, a long contract, 3 months, 2 months, corporate gigs. Sometimes, you know, you have no work and you go for stints without work. So we just get used to saving our money and then living off that a little bit. Some people are always working and getting gigs, and some people get big contracts, long contracts, and they work for a while, and then they live off that for a while, and then they train and create, and they go back to a new contract when they get an offer. Okay, so what are you going to do now? Well, here's what I'm doing. And I'm going to put this out there to everybody, because I want artists to survive. What I'm seeing in the United States is a lot of terraces are being created, outdoor seating, outdoor venues, stoplights. We need to start working whether or not we have that stage. And I'm going to perform in front of terraces, people outdoor seating, and pass the hat. I'm going to do it because that's what I love doing, and there's no shame in that. You know, you got to do what you got to do to survive as an artist. And I've done everything, you know, to survive. Now it just happens that I've decided that, no, the way I need to make money for the most part is through what I love. And so I'm doing more YouTube. I'm putting my message out there. I'm being vulnerable, and I am going to start performing wherever I can, because I need to. It's for my own mental health, you know, as well as making people laugh, you know. I think people are forgetting that laughter is essential. And we, I think as artists in this time, we got to eat, you know, we got to survive, and we also need to thrive. But the most important thing is for us to understand that laughter, that theater, that this art that we create is a portal for people to learn, to express themselves, to be open, to grow, to transform. And I, for one, don't want to see that stop. So if you're out there and you're not totally certain that you can keep doing this, you know, give it a go. Try some other jobs. Try a regular 9 to 5. Maybe you're already working a regular job, and that's fine. But if this is really something that you've been doing full time, and this is kind of what you know how to do, and you want to stick with it, hey, let's all get together. You know, if you want to, make some comments in below in the comment box about what things have you done to adapt to the pandemic as an artist. I'm curious. I want to know your ideas. I mean, I'm looking into creating full alternative communities out here in Seattle of artists who are supporting each other, that are working together to, you know, inform and want to support the lives of those who've been oppressed by society. For me, that's very important. And I want to collaborate with people, and I want to work with artists who are like that, because that's where I got into art, was through my love for caring for others who have been through a lot, who are on the fringe. And I think it could be similar for you, or maybe you just want to make your money and you know, figure it out. But leave a comment in the section here, and if you like this conversation, you know, you want to know more and hear more, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fafa's Universe. Like my videos and spread my videos, because some of the other things that I'm doing out here is really getting back to knowing why I'm doing what I do, and that is precious, because I tell you, once I started working for some bigger companies and I was traveling a lot, and I started to appreciate my life a little bit less. And when COVID hit, that all changed, you know, and I tried to change with it, but I am what I am, you know, and I've committed my whole life to this profession and in this way, and I'm just gonna dig into it, you know. And I think my experience with UPS, because without them I wouldn't have known necessarily that I didn't want to work a full-time, over 40-hour-a-week job. I realized that my time to sit here under this tree and talk with you all and train during the day and think about life and communicate with friends and all that is more important to me than having tons of money. It's more important for me to have peace of mind. That sounds amazing to me. And if I get a contract in the future to go to some other country and perform, you better believe I'm going to take it. But for now, focusing on what matters to me. And I encourage you all, if you're feeling like, you know, I don't know how I'm going to do this. You know, if you're not happy with the situation, if you're not happy inside, but you're worried about the future, just hold on. Hold on tight, you know, because I believe in you. And I hope you believe in me. We're artists. We have a purpose, and do what we love and do what makes people happy and ourselves happy. Without art, this world would be a really horrible place. And without laughter, well, that's, you know, that's not a revolution that I want to be a part of. And I just believe in wholeheartedly our way. Let's take our masks for art and put them on, you know? So I love you guys. Like I said, if you want, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Comment in below about ideas, ways that you've been managing to make money as an artist, as a clown, as a circus performer. I'm curious, and let's all pull together and communicate more. And I hope this video was somewhat helpful. Like I said, lots of terraces are being built right now outdoors. I think there's lots of potential for doing mini street shows at terraces like they do in Europe. Stoplights, lots of traffic like this. Zoom, workshops. There are ways to do it. Let's all get out there and keep doing what we love. Thanks guys from Clown's Universe.